Hello everyone and welcome. Hope you're all keeping well. Got something a little bit different today. We got a big ertl. I think this is was got to be a 118 scale 18 van. Now it doesn't belong to me and I never stripped it either. I was given this by Mr. Martin Dares himself. It was come to me really just to have for the sandblaster, just to strip the paint off. But I said to him, Martin, while it's here, do you want me to paint it for you? And he ummed and ahed and said, you know, we paint a little bit iffy, but give it a go. If it's no good, I'll strip it when he gets it. Well, there we go. Now, it is just black with a red stripe on it. That's how it was back then. We've been talking to Martin. We're going to put the grun metal grey fronts on it with the red stripe with the black. I think it's going to look quite nice. And I'll be doing it all with paint. We won't be using decals. I've got some marker lights there which I'm going to paint in with the airbrush and put some chrome trims round on both sides. That one will be orange, that one will be red. It's got no black lights, but I think we'll just stencil some in. Again, we'll put some chrome trim round them and it'll be better than having nothing there at the back. And then we'll give it a good coat of lacquer. That should be pretty nice for him then. So before we get there, we've got to get this paint off. We've got a little bit of stripping to do. We've got a little rivet just holding the handle in, and this plastic piece. I don't know what it's for. It's got to come off because the sandblaster will absolutely muller that for leaving on. We can see already we've got a little bit of work to do with filler, just where the spot welds are. I want to try and get as nice as I can for him, only because I'll have a bit of bragging right then. So I think first thing first, we'll strip this and then we'll head over to the painkiller. We'll work a bit of magic on it. Once I've straightened it all and all the filler work's done, I've got some decent etching primer there which we use on the bigger cars or on the real cars. A very, very light coat of that over it should kill off any rust that's left there, and it'll etch the surface nice then for when we put some primer on. So that's where we are. We'll get this strip first and then we'll get stuck into it. Right, moving on. There we go. That's it off. I'll put that somewhere safe for you, Martin. I'll drill and tap this for you, mate, when you get it back. I'll fit all that anyway before it's sending it you back. And that'll be alright, that will. Right, that's the bit's done. Sandblaster, here we come. Right guys, there we go. We're out the sandblaster. You know what? It's in good condition really. I've gone over a little bit in places just with a little bit of sandpaper. You can see there, just removing little bits of stubborn paint that won't come off. But on the whole, yeah, we're good. All that horrible rust is gone. We've got a little dint there to straighten up. And we'll do this on the front panel as well. But yeah, that's going to be about it for that. That's just going to need a Scotch-Brite, and that's going to be ready. The door, we're just going to get rid of these where the spot welds are. We have got a little dint there, so we'll just skim a little bit of filler up the top. And again, that'll just be a Scotch-Brite up, and then we'll straight into paint. I'll be using the UPOL i5 high build primer. So it'll be ideal for this job. And then I'll show you the mixing the paint and different things later on when we get to the booth. how I do things here. Right, let's get on. I'll do that for that. So while that's drying, we'll crack on with that. That'll do. Perfect. This one's a little bit more work just there. We'll get that. Right, that's looking a little bit better. I'm just going to straighten up this front lip here. It's a little bit, it is a little bit out of shape as well, but I'm not going to touch that. But it's just got a couple of little dints across the top here. So we'll straighten them up. So you can actually see it now. Just we've got a low spot, so we'll address that. Use the ball end of the hammer. That's looking much better, that. Yep, it's nice and smooth now. That'll do that. Are we looking on the filler? Is that dry yet? Nearly. Just a little bit tacky. Another 5 minutes, that'll be good to flat. In fact, I'll put it on top of the heater and dry it in 2 minutes. I'll get back to you in a minute. So, using some P150. It's a little DA pad I've just cut up. Perfect for the job. Little block. That'll just help keep everywhere flat when I'm rubbing it down, so we don't get any ripples in the filler, because believe me, that will show through your paint. Yeah, that's it. That's good to go. That was spot on. Once that's undercoated, you won't see any of that. So we'll Scotch brite the whole thing up, and then we'll head over and get some undercoat on. So all I'm using just a little bit of Scotch brite. This is the grey, so this is the smoother stuff. You can get red. That's a little bit more coarse. It's well keyed up anyway with using the sandblaster, but it's just worth going over, remove any grease, any imperfections and stuff like that. Yeah, that's all it needs. So I'll crack on with the rest of it, and I'll see you once I've put the undercoat on. So that's it, we're ready for paint. Before we get to that stage, we have got to mix up, so I'll show you what I'm doing there. I undercoated it, and I've flattered it back with some 800. I'll give it a wipe down, and it's good to go. So we'll get some base coat mixed up, and then we'll lay down a little bit of colour. So we're just going to mix a little bit of paint up. This is what I usually use, a little 30mm mixing cup. That's ideal if you're doing corgis, dinkies, but obviously it's quite a big model, this one. So we're using a bigger cup. Now the paint I've got for this I've had for quite a while, so we are going to use a filter just to catch any crap when we're tipping in. I have stirred this paint up. I haven't mixed this myself. This is a colour I've had from other jobs that I've done, and it'll do the job that we need today. We're going to need quite a bit of it. There's quite a lot to spray there with the inside as well. That'll be enough, and I will just leave that drain through. And now there's no hardener or anything that you mix with this. I go about 50% with thinners, and that'll give us what we need then. There will be some left, but what I'll do because it's been mixed, I've got some little bottles with lids on, and I'll keep that for other jobs in the future. Right, so it's drained through the filter. That again, we'll wash the finish through the filter as well. I'm looking for around 50%. And that'll do it, just about there. Basically, we just give it a good stir. Don't use anything fancy, just a couple of stirrer sticks. Best place to pinch them from is anywhere Costa. Get yourself a brew and as many spoons as you can pinch, or stirrers. I'll give this a good stir up. Does look like a lot of paint there, but believe me, you'll soon go through it. By the time you spray the inside of it and you give the top two, well, a tack coat and 2 good coats, there won't be much left. But like I say, what is left, I'll put it in some bottles. And that's looking bang on. So what we'll do, we'll probably be using the bigger gun today. The Sparmax, that's the one we'll be spraying with today. And I will change the end for the fan pattern when we come to do the clear coat. So we're in the base coat. So we've got to stripe up now because this front part here is going in the gunmetal grey. So I know the red stripe goes either side of the spoiler, and then it'll run down and it'll narrow out as it gets to the bottom of the crease here. Some of them are there, some of them are there. It's take your pick. I've had a look at some images and they're all different, so we're going to run to here because it's going to be easier for me. This bottom crease here, that's going to be the end of the red line that we're going to put on afterwards. So this tape's going to come up slightly above that, and then that way once the grey's on, I'll just be able to just feather it out with a little bit of paper. That way you're not going to see any lines. So that's what we'll do. So when I come, we're heading for the middle of this dot. I don't get the paper stuck everywhere. And we're just going to come to there. And we need to just come up slightly off the crease line. See underneath there, see what I'm doing. Put some light on the situation. So basically the way I've set the tape up, that's going to be roughly in the middle of the red stripe that's going on. So we're going to be alright on that. So I'll crack on with the rest of that and I'll see you when we're back in the booth. Unfortunately, didn't have time to finish it yesterday. We are on to doing the clear coat, so I'm just going to show you how I mix this quick. That's what I'm using. It's the Pro range
lacquer mixed 2-to-1 with hardener. Simple as that. And that's what the hardener is. So, let's get it mixed up. And don't shake your clear coat either, especially if you're doing it the way I'm doing it. Just straight out the tin. I mix a little bit more than I need because I've got another little job afterwards for it, so. And then just to drop a touch more thinners in. And it just helps it just flow through the airbrush a little bit better. But that's it, that's basically it. I'll just stir that up, we'll load it into the gun and we'll get it sprayed.
That's me, job done. Not sure what Martin's got planned for this, whether he's going to do an assembly video. That's one of my favourite parts, of, as most here will know, but unfortunately I won't be doing it to this. I am supplying Martin with a little bit of red paint, same colour, just to spray the spoiler. So whether he'll do a little video on it, I'm not too sure. But my job's done, so we'll get this in the post here today, Martin. That's the door all sorted. We've got to fit the handle and the little plastic pieces sit in there, so we'll do that in a minute. Really enjoyed working on this one. It's nice to do a bigger model every now and again. Yeah, it's quite nice, as I think you'll be happy with that, mate. So that's that bit done. I thought with the amount of work I've put into it, putting the old wheels that the model comes with, I don't think it's going to look quite right. So I printed you off a set of wheels, Martin. I've sprayed them up, detailed them for you. You say, mate, if you don't want to use them, don't use them. I won't be offended. But they're an option for you, mate, when you put it back together. I'll send them with it. So that's me. We'll get this door put together and then we'll get it up on the Owl Magic. And then we'll get this video wrapped up. If you're not already, guys, please hit the subscribe and give us a thumbs up. It'd be much appreciated. And come back next Thursday, so we've got a nice little restoration lined up. Take it easy, everyone. Over and out.